What is up, guys? Mike Dean, First Step Travelers, right here, coming at you. I am going to give my suggestions on where you could go outside the US if you only have a week off of work. What am I taking into account? Number one, travel time. You got a week off work, travel time is going to be very important. Number two, price. It can't be ridiculously overpriced because nobody wants to waste a bunch of freaking money. We don't travel like that here, guys. You want to go to a resort, go to a resort, all right? Number three, it's outside the US, of course. Not to say that there's anything wrong with traveling inside the US, but going outside the US on this one. And number four, you got to kind of have an adventure out of it. We're not, like I said, we're not going to a resort and sitting around. I mean, you pay someone to set you up in a resort. That's not what we're here to talk about. And in that parameter, the flights are going to be under $600 from most major cities, okay? I'm talking like Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Miami, LA. But honestly, I'm going to be more kind of focused in the Midwest, maybe the East Coast, because I don't live on the West Coast. So these are from my own personal experience. So number one, Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica, sorry guys. Oh, it touches my heart every time I think about it. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Why do I love Costa Rica? God, it's one of the most beautiful places I've been, man. It's amazing. Costa Rica is amazing, okay? So, if you are thinking about taking a trip down to Costa Rica is not very far from most places in the United States, Midwest. It's definitely down on the East Coast. I mean, usually if you're trying to get a flight from a non-major city, you're gonna have one stop layover. And total, I think the longest flight time I've ever had down to Costa Rica was like 7.5 hours. So if you catch a good flight, you have to look for a good flight. It will be under $600. I've flown down to Costa Rica round trip for $450. It's going to be better or worse depending on where you're flying, of course. I can't tell you what your major airport's going to charge you. Just look it up yourself, but it's probably going to be under $600 in the lower seasons, guys, not middle of summer or something like that when everyone's going down to Costa Rica. 7.5 hours, probably tops. So look for a flight that length, maybe less, maybe a little more. Try to get a flight that early morning or the day after you get off work that night, fly overnight. There are overnight flights down there. So you want to arrive early in the morning. That way, wherever you want to be for that week in Costa Rica, whether it's the mountains, the volcanoes, the rainforest, or most likely the beaches, you can literally land that day and then head straight to wherever you're going. And you'll have a beautiful, beautiful week spending all your time laying on the beach, drinking coconut water, soaking up sun, and just meeting amazing travelers. Adventure, guys. Even if you were just to stay in San Jose, there's a lot of stuff you could do from day trips to San Jose. I personally have a friend who did that and he had an amazing time. So, cost. Costa Rica, out of all three of these destinations I'm about to give, is the mid-tier in cost, okay? So lower, and then there's a higher one I'm gonna suggest. This is mid-tier. It's not super expensive, especially if you're staying in hostels, but it's not the cheapest. To give you an example, I went river rafting for an entire day. It cost me about $80 to $90. Also, getting around on buses will cost you like $10 to $15 when you're traveling across the country. It's not a steal, like somewhere like Nicaragua or something, but it's also not gonna break your bank. You can stay in hostels anywhere from $7 a night in San Jose, or, you know, on the higher end, some hostels are $15 a night. If you want to get a higher end hotel or something, that's what you're comfortable with, it's your money, you know, you can do that. But if you're trying to save money and have an adventure, I think Costa Rica would be great for you. Pretty much everyone in the tourist industry is going to speak English, so you really don't have much to worry about that if you have no Spanish at all. And for the little things, maybe like buying a bus ticket or something, you can just use Google Translate. So don't trip on that very much at all. You're going to have a good time. Mid-tier, mid-price range kind of area. All right, number two. I got to get ready for this one. Oh, bringing back memories. Dublin, Ireland. Well, I say Dublin because that's where you're going to fly into, most likely, but Ireland itself. And you're probably like, man, boy, that's a long flight. I ain't doing that. Yeah, on average, you're looking at about a 10-hour flight to Ireland, depending on where you fly out of. Obviously on the West Coast, probably gonna be a little bit longer. Midwest, I usually fly out of Chicago to go to Ireland. You're looking at about 10 hours. Why do I suggest Ireland? Because, guys, it's Ireland. Do I really have to? Ireland's amazing, guys. Holy crap. Ireland is like indescribable. Like you just feel it right now, can't you? Just Ireland's beautiful. You've got so much you can do in Ireland. And the best thing about it is it's not the biggest country. You can do a lot in 5 days, a lot. You can spend a day in Dublin, get on a bus, be in the next city doing something crazy. Next day, another bus, something crazy, and you still have enough time to get all the way back to fly home. This one, you're gonna have to manage your time wisely though, guys. Especially for two big reasons. One, the long flight. When you're flying there, you're going forward in time, so you have to think about this. Try to get a flight where you land the next day in the morning. One, because you'll probably get a bit of sleep on the flight and the time change won't affect you as much. Two, you're almost losing a day. So you have to keep that in mind when you're thinking about traveling over to Europe. You're flying 10 hours forward and they're ahead 7 hours, depending on where you're at. So keep that in mind when booking this. But you have to think as well, when you're coming back in time. So I think you can do a lot in Ireland in 5 days. You have to account for those other 2 days as travel time, but you can do a lot. You can do a lot, okay? Cost-wise, Ireland's gonna be the more expensive place to visit. The hostels, the transportation is just a little bit more expensive. If you really wanna make the most out of it and you're traveling with people, just get a car, drive around, go see the Ring of Kerry, go to the Cliffs of Moher, go to Galway, Inishmore Island, go to all these beautiful places, but have a plan. Have a plan if you're gonna do this one. If you got a week off, just jet over to Ireland real quick, man. I've seen flights to Ireland out of Chicago for $350 round trip sometimes. Like you can get really good deals to Dublin. You can make this one work. It just takes a bit more planning as opposed to like going down to Costa Rica. You can just land in San Jose and be like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna spend the week down in Costa Rica and you'll be perfectly fine. Here, you wanna make the most out of your time because of the longer travel time. Okay? Get yourself a Guinness down there, kiss the Blarney Stone, enjoy your time. Don't leave there without getting a fresh Guinness on tap because Guinness on tap in Ireland is magnificent. Good food, good people. Obviously they speak English, you don't have to really worry about that if English is your native tongue. Ireland is rich in culture and there is just tons to do. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. You're gonna love it. Suggestion number 3. Suggestion number 3. It's Spain. Spain, boy, Spain, Spain, Spain. Oh, Spain. Oh, man, Spain. Boy, Spain. Spain, I love you. I love you, Spain. Spain, I love you. Okay, I just want to tell you that. Guys, piggybacking off the entire Ireland flight recommendation. Everything I said about Ireland, you're going to apply to Spain. Lose time going there, but you'll get it back coming back. So make sure you get a good flight. Flights to Madrid, a lot of the time in the low season, are very, very cheap. I flew to Madrid for $475 round trip, so you can definitely find good flights. But why do I suggest Spain? First, Spain is cheap. Obviously, there's plenty of ways to spend a lot of money there, but hostels are cheap, the food's cheap, the beer's cheap. There's a lot to do. It's nowhere near as expensive as Ireland, and it's a bit cheaper than Costa Rica. So you have that working towards your advantage. Second, public transportation in Spain is amazing. Man, let me tell you, like you can get around Spain by rail, you can get around by bus, you can get around by anything. Like you can get around by horse if you want, I guess, but you're gonna waste a lot of time. If you're landing in Madrid, it'll take a day to check out Madrid, and from there, you can head over to Barcelona, you can head down to the coast, Valencia, you can go to Lloret de Mar, big party town, you can go down to the south, Andalusia, check out Granada, the beautiful ancient city, Sevilla, Kansas City's sister city, amazing city, one of my favorite cities. There's just so much you can do. I would suggest, just like Ireland, doing a bit more planning on this because your time is a little bit more limited as opposed to Costa Rica. But it can definitely be done. My dad is proof of that. He came down for a week and we saw Granada Sevilla and Madrid together, and we had an amazing time. There's so much to do in Spain itself, and the culture is so vibrant and just colorful. Flamenco, the music, and there's plenty of partying stuff going on. I mean, obviously in all three of these places there's plenty of partying. Where is there not partying going on? But it's a good time, and it's not very expensive. I would highly recommend Spain as number 3 on this list. Okay, guys, what did you think about? Oh, hello? What's that? What about Portugal? Oh, I said there was only gonna be 3. Well, yeah, I guess I can put Portugal in there too. Oh! Very rude. Anyways, guys! Portugal. I'm gonna drink real quick. I don't know if I smoothed that out very well. Oh my god, guys, this just in. Bonus suggestion. This one kind of connects into Spain. Portugal. Portugal is right next to Spain. Flights to Lisbon from the United States are usually very cheap. You can do this one as well. You can even take a bus into Spain and back and forth from Portugal. Portugal's great. It's really good. I've only seen the south of Portugal and I wish I had seen more. That would be a country I suggest landing and getting a car and touring it. You could do that in a week. Easy. Portugal is a smaller country, but there's a lot to see there. Bonus suggestion. But, guys, do you agree with my suggestions? Do you have any of your own? Did you hit that like button? Why not? Hit the like button. Just hit it. Just hit the button. What? Just hit it. And comment below, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about my suggestions. Give your own. Share this video with your friends, your family. Share it with your mama. Share it with everybody you know. And if you are out in the world somewhere traveling this year, make sure you use the hashtag #FirstStepTravelers. Become part of the Travel Nation. Share your stories, your advice. Share everything that you're feeling that day. Let us know. We're gonna be looking out for you. All right, guys? So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Oh, hello. If you've made it this far, I know what you're thinking. Mike, how can I have a Tesla and road trip across the country like you do? Guys, if you want to support this road trip, this channel, and what I'm doing, and you have thought about trading stocks or cryptocurrency or buying a Tesla, well, I got the perfect solution for you. Why don't you just use my links below? Webull, a stock brokerage account that'll give you 2 free stocks for signing up after you deposit $100, as well as give me free stocks. Valued up to over $1,000. I don't remember the exact number, but it's right here. But if stocks isn't your thing, maybe you want to sign up to a cryptocurrency brokerage, Voyager Digital. Use my code and sign up to Voyager Digital and deposit $100, and you will get $25 of Bitcoin, and so will I. Oh my God, amazing. And if you're a big baller already and you're like, you know what? I want a Tesla. Use my Tesla referral code, please. You'll get these benefits right here, and I will get $1,000 worth of supercharge, which will help a lot on this road trip because I have thousands of miles to drive. So if you would like to support me, please use my referral codes. Or you can just like and subscribe as well. That would be really, really helpful. I would very much appreciate that. But also, you could comment below saying, I support you, Mike. And I will be very grateful. All of that helps with the YouTube algorithm. So, arigato gozaimasu. Thank you guys. And we'll see you in the next one.